Hey guys, what's going on? All right, so it is 8 yeah, it's 8:09 right now. It's April 3rd, 2024. I literally have on entirely no makeup like at all. In fact, I still don't even have on like my face products. Hmm. So when I was talking to you last, it was yesterday view on my Facebook. Hold on for one moment. All right, so yes, this is me, fresh face, I have to wash my face. Literally, I have to wash my face. So like no moisturizer, no nothing. And so let me actually get right to that because I should be at work. But this is something I believe people call I believe people call this soft quitting because I think that with the state of how pardon me how the government and the politics is just like, it's not really serving certain people at a specific salary level. And you would think the justice system protects everybody, but especially the quote unquote little people. But it doesn't. It really, really does not. It seems to put people who obviously pay the bills more. I guess as they say, um, which is the more wealthier people. So I did rose water, and now I'm about to do. I did rose water. All right, so I washed my face. I went in with a micellar water just to kind of balance the water. And then I added a toner, and now I did the rose water, and now I'm about to do some under eye moisturizer because it is necessary, baby. Pardon me. Give something for my job to remember me by because I decided for some time that it's just best for me. Don't get it twisted. It is a lovely place, beautiful gowns, and definitely gave Harry Potter vibes. But I definitely have outgrown it for some time, and I am looking forward to advancing to the next stages, and that is preferably, honestly, the next stages involve. Well, I'm gonna leave that part to myself, though. But I've already like done it. It's not like I don't have a plan. So, all right. So now that my eyes are moisturized, I'm about to go in. With boom, boom, this. Mhm, 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 mhm. And so I got like these ballet pink shoes, nail color. I don't know if you can really see that against the white. It probably looks more pinkish or white, but yeah, I got these ballet pink. I feel like for Easter, like an Easter egg color. Um, Also just April. It's just it seems definitely more vibrant in pink, which is definitely extremely on point for early April Aries, because I do believe that they share a deacon with Leo. So that is definitely on point to have it like more brighter because I had red, like true red for March Aries. And then I think the pink is more lighter. So boom boom boom. Because I guess like more yellow. Anyway. So put do. So pretty. Do. Pretty. Let's see. Um, okay, I don't understand. time. Actually, I have no time. I have no time. But yeah, what else can I say? All right, one of the things that I wanted to touch base on, because I want to do the video about yesterday's court session at a later time. Maybe not later today, but definitely at a later time. I don't know, maybe the next day or so. But by the weekend, I'm thinking like my next discussion, I want to go ahead and discuss. I want to touch on the whole court situation. So just briefly, I don't talk too much about it, but just briefly. Okay. So bam, and now I'm gonna do my moisturizer. I know a lot of people would like to have just like light products, not too many products. And I myself, I value that because I wouldn't want to have too much product either. But at the same time, I just want to make sure that my skin is giving, what it needs to get so it can give what it needs to give. All right. And that's also from the inside out. So I've been eating, like, to be honest, but I try to like incorporate vegetables somewhere in there, somewhere in there. I might have like, little, like bad foods, within there, but I try to incorporate some kind of like something healthy. If the entire meal is not healthy, then I'll try to compensate for it with like with the next meal within that day period. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Thanks. All right, babes. Now we're gonna do finally. What? Sorry, I'm like, what? 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 Okay, what? We're it's like, what the hell? Okay. Lately, I've been seeing some things about, yeah. All right, so lately I've been seeing some things in the media in regards to Cinderella. So, like, that I started, it's like I started, referring to myself with Cinderella aesthetics a while back, and even boom, as soon as you're on my landing page, it's Cinderella. Now, one of the things, let me just go back to something like that. But you know what the topic is as we are starting off here. So it has come to no surprise for many of you about how the losers are really doing the most, trying to, I guess, like provoke me and trying to, show that they have beef with me. And that is neither here nor there. That is, again, once more, a them problem. Okay, it's always going to be a them problem. Okay, they when I say that they hurt themselves, and then I go ahead and back it up with on how they do that, it tickles me. Okay, at this point, it tickles me since I don't have any concern for their well-being, and they've shown that they justified my reasons for why I've cut people off and why I've decided to also. This is on its last leg. It's nothing. Okay, hold on. I was just like, I was saying to myself the other day, I was just like, wait, this sounds like it's on its last leg, but at least let me put this on my under. Okay. I'm a fan. Thank you for your service. All right. So yeah, like I said, in addition to the whole soft quitting and things of that nature, because I was looking at that. oopsie, I was looking at the soft quitting stuff on TikTok, and I was just like, wow, that's interesting. It's an interesting take on it. I didn't know that I didn't know that that's what it was. It actually looks a lot like slavery resistance. I'd say that's literally what it's defined as in textbooks and articles from what I researched. Like people, like obviously social media, the youth are promoting it as it's like soft quitting, but I would compare it to considering the topics at hand that I've been researching. I find it as like slavery resistance, especially when you are, you and not even well, see me now. I do consider it like slavery resistance, and also in addition to that, it's just like you're working your wage. People are really trying to like people only care about capitalistic situations. I mean, we are in a capitalistic country, and actually, for the most part, of the world. But it's just like there's too many people that are working based more so on greed, and it's so weird when a lot of them happen to be, when their mission statement happens to be, oh, we are here for the people, but they are literally overworking and they're literally overworking and overburdening and demanding of said people, like or just of people in general. And I'm just like, yo, like, are you for real? Are you for real? Because that is what is it class? That is insanity, insanity. Yes, that is complete and total insanity. Imagine that. Imagine that. It is. But there's many things that you can do in order to like cover your butt and protect yourself, um in the workplace. It's easy, but it's easy, but it's not easy. Like it's much easier because you have better access to resources like the internet, TikTok, and things of that nature for you to find the resources in order for you to walk you through it. But the process was not really made easy because then there would be a lot of companies being in trouble for certain things that they've been doing. So, but yeah, I think that my purpose is better served elsewhere. You know, thanks for the memories, even if they weren't so great. Pretty much, it's just yeah. The ball's up in the air. The ball's up in the air. I take it day by day, but I'm really interested in what I have going on right now. I'm not saying this is work related. Outside of work, so we shall see. And will I be documenting this? Absolutely. Again, this is a capitalistic country, capitalistic world. So why not be able to make a profit off this chronicling this journey, this next chapter? But I won't want to share it out there next. I actually feel like I can do more. Yeah. Ooh, hello. Hello. Um, yeah. Fluffy beans. Yeah. And I'll just leave it at that. Because I know some people are always just like, wanting to be minuses. So many, so many niggas like I said, so many people from the black community want to be fucking minuses, and I shit you not. And then they get mad at me for calling it out, especially when they try to get my attention and I calls it out. So you know that I had once upon a time a moment around and just in a more and I was once upon a time I had my life basically hanging around more of the people who are more aware, more influenced, and things of that nature on social media and just higher up area. Okay. And with that said, it was like the environment got funny when a lot of the losers started doing a whole bunch of nefarious shit behind the scenes. Now, I'm not gonna go into that. I'm really not. I'm just because a lot of people have shifted from behaving like that. So why do I? I'm not gonna do that. Um, but then there's some people who are still doing, who are still about that bullshit. So I feel justified mentioning that. Now, the people who it just seems really interesting on how I had like no qualms with nobody, just in my own space, minding my own business, da 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 da. And people just want to go ahead and try to make it a problem with me. I wish I had some music in the background. Speaking of music, have you listened to there's two songs out there called Cinderella. And one is by a one of a she's not black, or if she is, she's mixed. One is with a woman, and the other one is with a few men. Like it's like Future, Travis Scott, um, Metro Boomin. Now, isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting? I found that particular song. Well, I really like Cinderella, of course. I went last year during my birthday. I went to the castle in Disneyland, Disney World, excuse me. And I was just like there for such a long time in the Cinderella castle, just taking the pictures and just breathing it in. I really, really, really enjoyed that. And I've had that aesthetic around me for such a long time. Not I really appreciated her storyline, but it wasn't something that I wanted to live. You feel me? Like it was just like, oh wow, that's really nice. You really, like admire somebody's, story, somebody's testimony, but you don't want to you don't want to go through that. Like, I don't know. Uh, but then it became very real for me. I mean, like, damn, like, I'm over here, dealing with two ugly steps, two ugly women, whether they, want to admit that, who pretend to be nice, and who obviously have who obviously have delusions of grandeur and have been doing the most nefarious shit in order to get into places of of grandeur. And they have been looking down on me for the longest and doing a lot of fuck shit behind my fucking back. So, but in those two songs, they have tried to misinterpret the term Cinderella. Now, this is really just really, 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 really bad. And I hate that because it just, it's not a good look because I have mentioned before about how nigger means stupid person. And so, what does it look like when the music industry goes ahead and misinterprets that fucking storyline to make it look like something else? Like, it's not even giving it a Brothers Grimm version or anything of that nature. It's just totally, bruh. They're saying on one song, it's talking about how Cinderella is over here, um, having babies on the company's dime, and the other one is talking about like and and basically sleeping with a whole bunch of people, and she's just kind of like love lost. And then the other one is talking about being an African Cinderella. It was like what is it? An African Cinderella, a hot chocolate Cinderella, trap off a tractor trailer, things of that nature. And I guess we can all make our renditions and interpretations of that. There's like nobody stopping us. So who's to say, You feel me? You feel me? I was just talking about the traditional version of how like I appreciate Cinderella. My favorite version of Cinderella, I have two. The one with Brandy, Avi, and the one with Drew Barrymore. And this one she saves herself. So clearly in those renditions, like I truly like, those are different. It goes away from the storyline, but not too much. Not too much. How they got her having babies and running around with different men, I don't understand how they did that. It definitely reminds me of somebody. It definitely reminds me of somebody in particular, a particular loser that I know. And one thing for sure I can tell you is just that niggers and definitely men with egos and um and specific women, they just don't think. Like you are really calling yourselves out more and more on where you are aligning to. Like, let's cut up. I don't want to pussyfoot around the situation anymore. You feel me? Like, we're gonna talk more with our chest, whether you like to or not, since you bitches are so fucking like punk ass. So, when it comes down to the music industry linking, um, or even just linking or falsifying, or just trying to hype up my the losers via music. Music is one of the most immediate, not immediate, the one of the fastest and quickest, one of the fastest, quickest, and easiest ways in order to manipulate people. It was also written in the book, and not like in a circular from Freemasonry. I had the pleasure of seeing such, um, well, like the pleasure, but like the success. I was lucky enough to see that, and then I had took screenshots of that. But it was talking about how influential and impactful music is, and how easy it is to go ahead and manipulate the masses. So naturally, to abuse your position and things of that nature, you are going to use that instrument. Hence why people have, try to push, satanic worshiping and things of that nature. Um, you know, certain ideals, certain beliefs, and things of that nature. Again, while people were trying to experiment on me, the world themselves were being experimented on. I think it is so. Speaking of which, with the trends and things of that nature, I think within the black community was doing the trend within the past 5 years about wearing blonde hair and then saying that, and then trying to justify when white people were shaking in their boots angrily, like, "Oh my god, you're wearing blonde hair! No, don't do that." It's just like, bitch, that has always been done for like the fucking longest. Plus, hold on, and people were wearing more platinum blonde hair and things of that nature. Black people were wearing like platinum blonde hair, and people were in it. White people were in a tizzy, and other people too. It was just like, come up off that, like. people have been doing that for such a fucking long time. Plus, because I was the person who was advocating for black people wearing blonde hair. I myself wore blonde hair. My grandmother was the one of like first person I've witnessed ever wear blonde hair. She has my one of my relatives has a photo of her online of wearing like blonde hair, but it's more of a dark honey blonde. But then she had brightened it up just a bit. Her hair is like it goes from like obviously that's not her real color. Okay, that's not her real color. And people were making just such fucking arguments about people in general just dyeing their hair blonde. And I mean black people who were dyeing their hair blonde or wearing their hair blonde. And the black people were ignoring them. It's just like I appreciated that. Because I'm like, what is the fucking big deal about wearing the blonde hair? And then they were just like, oh, you're appropriating us and things of that nature. And I was just like, no, not necessarily, because there are black people who have naturally blonde hair and who are black people to even mind. I'm like who are you to even mind for black people wanting to embrace different type of parts of themselves or of the different kind of waves that black people want to go like it does look good on us. And it does not have to mean that they want to be white. Like, okay, so stop it. And because there is proof of black people naturally having blonde hair, whether it's through interracial relationships or just, people who are born with some type of, pardon the expression, but a mutant gene. And that is, or like a unique gene, excuse me. Like the Aborigines, the, the dark complexions and the blonde hair. I think that's really beautiful. And y'all didn't mind when Etta James dyed her hair, and she's black. So I think y'all just, y'all needed to slow y'all roll on that. Didn't mean that we wanted to be white. And then people would start. I was just like, so I was, I was backing people up with that argument. Didn't mean that people, black people wanted to be white. So I'm just like, yo, chill, so chill. And then black people started, wearing blue contacts, and then was wearing the hunting gear, and were wanting to go ahead and try to fit certain kind of southern. It was just like it was it was the original flag. No, no, excuse me, the Confederate flag. Some of them they didn't. Not all black people went that far. I was just like, but at that point, I was just like, all right, well, you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking because I have no argument at that point. I have no argument at that point because I was over here really, shading that. Okay, look, just because black people were wearing black blonde hair does not mean that they want to be white. Okay, like yo, like chill, 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 chill. I think I still have it on my social media because I know I wasn't ashamed of that. So I was like, yeah, but I quieted the fuck up when people started wearing like the blue eyes, and I'm just like, that's not that's not impossible. There are people who have that too, who have dark skin and blue eyes. That's not impossible too. And then tactical gear, and the way how they were starting to talk. And then it just seemed very disingenuous on some of the characteristics that they were portraying. And I shit you not, some of them started making their profile picture a white woman. I was just like, all right, I literally have to. I was like, all right, well, that's the last time. Talk for you guys. That's just like, and that's it. And that's fucking it. Man, 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 that's it. Well, carry on. That really was it. I was like, okay, well, carry the fuck on. The fuck on. I have nothing else to say. Nothing. What can I say? They clearly are, because black people were just like, oh no, like we're not trying to be pretend to be white, and I was just like, yeah, and I was over here doing some supportive showing receipts and things of that nature about like, how it's natural for for black people to have blonde hair and things of that nature. And then it just became just too evident. I was like, don't get it twisted. I'm litigious. Okay. I can be litigious, but I'm not gonna be that like that kind of lawyer who's just gonna really just keep seeing you fuck up and just kind of demonstrate otherwise. And I'm just like, okay. Okay, you saved this one. I'm not saying all black people, but I'm just like saying that there was a good number of those black people that were just like showing the opposite. So I'm just like, okay, okay, okay. Because the blonde hair thing, after I'd seen my grandmother do it, then I looked up, like Aborigines, then Etta James. I mean, y'all was eating her up, like as far as like loving her. Like, what is the point? Like, what is the problem? And then there was also let me do this one. And then there was also whom else, baby girl? Little Kim. I was really liking Little Kim and her different color hair. That purple wig with the one boob out. Iconic. Okay. Okay, bitch. I fucking iconic. Loved it. And my grandmother is darker than me. So her wearing like her with her naturally dark hair with the redness really showing out is on point. Again, my I'm related to my relative, male cousin. He has beautiful dark red hair. I don't fuck with him because I put him off because he cost me. But like his hair, nonetheless, his hair is beautiful. It's natural red, dark red, and I wore like a cherry cola when I was in high school off and on because Aries. um, but my hair is not naturally like that. My hair is a natural brown. I'm just gonna say bronze. Brown hair. Let's get it right. It has it's more. My mom had it like a two B. No, my mom had 2B. My mom hair had hair like two. If anybody bought wigs before, my mom's natural hair color was a two, and my hair was a 1B. Obviously, because my dad's hair was like a dark, dark color. But I was the one with the freckles. My mom had freckles and beauty marks and moles, and I was the one with the freckles. And yeah, that is us. That is us. Now, how we done this? How we done this? How we done this? I have to clean my makeup brushes, so that's why I'm doing my makeup like this. I know y'all like, what is she doing? But I have to do my make. I have to. I want to wash my makeup brushes. I don't want to put that on my skin. So anyway, yeah. So people were basically black people were just. I mean, the way how white people were getting upset and irate about that was, I think, a little bit too much, too overdone. If anything, it was black people saying that, hey, look, this is an aesthetic that we actually really like, and this is an aesthetic that we actually really admire. Like, who were like, do not freak out, like, because at the end of the day, especially recently, um, white people, I mean, not white people, black people especially, but minorities too, were speaking about like how they have a have a white husband. They have a white passing or a half white parent. Like one of their parents is either white passing or half white. No, I'm sorry, is either white passing or white, which makes them half white if they are, for the one who is interracial, like the born one. Okay, see, I'm just trying to like focus. Okay, trying to multitask. Like I know I can pat my head and rub my belly at the same time. Okay, just want to show to see that, but no, I'm just let me try to make sure everything is, fine. Okay. I want to come out here looking crazy. Like I don't look haggard and stuff like that. Oh my God. Did I really not see? Well, actually, this is actually a plus. I just realized I did not go in with my concealer, but if anything, that is a plus because I've had some really bad, considering the environment and situations. I had really bad like hyperpigmentation, but that shit is vanishing, which is good because like I almost skipped that shit. I was just like, wait, wait a damn minute. Anyway, let's hurry this up. So yeah, like people were in an uproar, kind of being like, oh my goodness, why are you guys trying to appropriate us? Why are you trying to, be white? Like basically they were just trying to say everything under the sun so that black people would stop featuring things from white people. And some of them were taking it as flattery, Other people were taking it as flattery because they were just, and then there were the TikToks with the overpronounced performances of, yeah, basically there was just multiple multiple marketing tactics within the black community that was used in order to appeal, not pander, but to appeal to white people. And eventually white people backed off. Some of them are in their feelings, especially the old ones. Well, until they started, getting their beaks wet. But yeah, I mean, if I am I lying? I'm not lying. There's literally tons of like content for you to see that. But then it just started melting. It just became more of a melting pot. The same thing happened with the same thing happened with shit. Yeah, but basically you were just seeing the way how black people were wanting to go ahead and, be a part of, be more included and inclusive within that environment. And if that's not what they were trying to do, then that's ultimately what white people and I guess outsiders and things of that nature took it as. But ultimately, like white people were just really nervous about like, oh, like don't think that you're white and things of that nature. And black people, unfortunately, they thought that because there has been like an increase in content about how disappointed black people were about like how they are not treated like white people. And I'm like, it's squeeze. So that was your game all along. And really at a point when it did become a melting pot, black people were, saying that, oh, I'm gonna invite you to the cookout, you know, to white people, but at the same time also like putting them down and then just really doing like mind fucks of putting down and also flattering them. Almost seemed like a love bombing. To be honest. But anyway, um, because now I guess they want to make people like white people and things of that nature feel guilty because they don't have the I guess the air quote privileges. It's not and it shouldn't be about that. It's really about like, calling people out based on the inequities that we all have, but black people in particular are just saying that, look, looking like you were through your doors and things of that nature now. So now that we're here, it's almost like, kind of bed talk, bedroom talk. Like, hey, look, now that we're both in the bed, you got your licks and I got mine. How about we, like give me some more privilege? Something like that. How about you buy me that? And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, so you're it's weird. It's really weird. I'm just, I don't know how many people have caught on to this, but it's just, it's kind of weird. Because now there's, crying and faking pregnancies and bullshit like that, the equivalent of from the black people. And so now white people are just like, what? Equivalent. And black people are not gonna like that for me to call it out for what it is. And it definitely, I mean, I grew up myself in a salad bowl, but it's just that the way how people have been moving is really like crazy. Super, super fucking crazy. Now, with that being said, I also want to go ahead and mention about like how the same methods have been pulled in various parts and not just of the country, but in just various parts of subject matters. You know, so that was just one. It's repeated tactics, but that was just one within the realm when it comes to white people, because white people are, I feel like, at a lot of times just whiny babies anyway, who go ahead and copy off of black people or inspired by black people. So I mean, you guys go ahead and y'all handle that situation. But then again, black people want to go ahead and play victim a lot of times in regards to some of the shit that they've inspired white people to do. It is a weird, weird thing where there's no longer the chicken and the egg. It is just a weird dynamic that is going on. And then, out of responsibility and respect, we should also include the other races who are probably looking from the sidelines, like, well, how is this going to play out? It's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. I say all this because I've just, this is something that I've recently noticed, and I've also recently noticed the way how Black people have done this within the Japanime, like in an anime version, and it is the same thing that we're seeing, the same type of. Ooh, thank God I'm outside because I think that's like, oh my God. But that is, I am. I'm just saying that to just say that there is notice within my interests with Cinderella. Now, do you think that I'm going to be offended that you guys have been cosplaying me? You guys definitely have been appropriating me, but trying to cosplay me, and that you are now trying to adapt Cinderella into your own fucking aesthetics. It is the same thing you've done with white people. It is the same thing you've done with the Asians and the like. But do you think that like it's not going to provoke me on how you want it to? I'm taking it as a compliment. You are basically in your cancer like ways trying to grow and trying to affiliate yourselves under the guise of the losers who abuse me. Yeah, I was basically hitting multiple points though, but I'm just basically seeing you guys as the cancerous materials that are trying to encroach onto my identity and my interests. There we go. As I sum this all up, but I wanted to hit other points too. So while you guys are trying to basically um trying to rebrand Cinderella as some type of ditzy kind of person who's still fucking up her life, sleeping with people like all around who should be supposedly married, but is you know um wanting to do some really vile, wicked things in the background. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that loser. Yes, I am. The way how you guys just keep trying to taint my fucking character, and then ultimately trying to take my interest in things of that nature and affix it to some loser is not going to provoke me. If anything, I just want to go ahead and call it out because it's enough in order for people to go ahead and already start trying to pay attention to other little um, schemes and things of that nature that you want to do. But for me, I take it as a compliment because, again, with as just like as with the white people and with the Asians, you decided to pursue something that you obviously like And so you like me, even though you do so much to try to tear me down and things of that nature. So it's too late. It's already been seen. It's like red screenshot. Okay, like don't try to change it now. Nah, mm-mm. No, light red screenshot. So it's been seen. It's been seen. Yeah, yeah. Of all the other, people or caricatures and things of that nature that you want to go ahead and emulate and thing, da 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 da. Da. I'm just like, no, because I've seen it again, like in the mix of you slapping and kissing white people as you guys were over here doing your thing, and same thing goes for other identities that were your flavor of the week. The same thing goes for me. So you think I would be in my feelings that you are just confused individuals that are very toxic, as I said, inherently evil. You get mad when I'm really calling her out. But it's just like, aren't we all good and evil in certain kind of ways? But you guys really took it home. That's what I said. You really took it home. You after all want to claim to be the originators, and you've been hating me with a passion, but oh no, and don't think that this is a moment for me to go ahead and cater to white people, because that's not it either. Whew, pardon. It's not. It's really not, because I see them for the opportunistic people who definitely was enjoying seeing me at a because for all the power that they pretend to want to still act like they haven't done anything in regards to providing the justice that I've been seeking. So in no way am I trying to appeal to those assholes. So, and besides, they still enjoy getting their beak wet from you all. I'm just calling it out because I don't have any sides. I have my side, and I am just calling things out for what it is. No one is writing for me until I know that they are writing for me, because actions speak way louder than words. Okay? And in the meantime, like I said, I'm super late for work. But in the meantime, like I said, I am doing me. I'm pursuing other things, and I'm just, I've come to a point where I recognize the government as the fuck shit as it is, and definitely a lot of the black people for doing, continuing to do the fuck shit that they wish to do. And one of my points before you go ahead and try to be in your group chats and wanting to go ahead and talk about like, superficial shit or just lie on me, just know that, stupid bitch, I came up on here with my face undone. So it's clearly I have full confidence in who it is that I am, and how beautiful that I am, because like at the very end of the day, it gets you in your fucking feelings. And because you are over here trying to cosplay me at many times and trying to do a whole lot of shit, I just helped you right now. Make it. You're not welcome, but there you go. All right. So I don't know. Will I be working tomorrow? That is to be expected, or I mean, it's be expected. That is going to be up in the air, because I've just, I've hit a mark in my life where it's just like, yeah, I'm moving. I move how I move. Okay. And for the people who've been, soft quitting, you know, hey, look, however, whether you soft quit or not, or do whatever, I'm just saying, do you, boo? Do what's best for you, because everybody else is. Everybody else is. I've been taking notes. You know, People think that I've been taking notes in order to like just I've been aware. I've been aware. Okay, well, we can see. I wonder, like, what else my new hater fans, not people who actually like me, who have been advocating for my for justice for me, if there are any. But I'm speaking about the ones who obviously hate me, but they love me, and you hate to love me, but you do. But you love me. You really love me. Jim Carrey, from The Mask. Now, was I speaking of every white person? Excuse me. Now, was I speaking of every black person? I wasn't. But there's so many, so I just said that that's what I said about people. It's so insane about like how all of a sudden it's like stone her. No, we are the victims. But then I go ahead and provide you with receipts on how I came to these statements, and then it's just like, no, how dare she with her intelligence? Like, stop. I'm trying to work this. Just know that this camera is not doing it justice. It's just something about seeing how shisty and underhanded and disgusting and corrupt the government within New Jersey has been moving that I just want to pull myself away from that. So let's just see how the events unfold today, but just know that I am going ahead to um, continue making good choices for myself and also holding people accountable for their deeds. All right, bye.